All right, let's see. We'll take up file 2016 54417. It's a matter of Jacob Slocum and Amanda Slocum. Both are here via Zoom, and Ms. Heaven's here from friend of the court. And this is the date and time that was set for hearing regarding support. An updated custody and parenting time order was entered back in December. And based on the change in overnights and whatnot, and the fact it's been a while since support was run, it was ordered that the friend of the court file a motion to address support. Ms. Heaven, did you get the information needed to run a calculation?
I did.
And before you did that, I'll ask the parties. Did you guys figure out the health insurance and whether both plans were necessary, or if you're going to use one plan or the other?
I had not talked to her, but
Okay.
It sounded like she was going to cancel her plan.
Okay. Looks like she just froze. Ma'am, can you hear me?
She's muted too.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her. There we go. Ma'am, was that true? You're going to cancel your health insurance plan?
I have not canceled it yet, but I can.
Well, was it your plan to or not, based on Mr. Slocum having insurance?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. All right. Ms. Heaven, what'd you come up with?
Well, let me adjust then for the insurance part of it. I would clear her amount, correct? So I had a biweekly amount of $251.53 that Amanda was paying, but she's going to cancel that.
That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
So with the information provided by the parties, support would have Amanda paying $146 child support, $51 ordinary medical, for a total of $197 a month for 2 children.
And that's based on the party's income and then the overnights that were set forth in the order?
Correct. They both provided me with an income. Jacob indicated he earns $14.50 an hour for 35 hours a week. Amanda receives a salary biweekly of $2,173. Jacob indicated he had 163 overnight. Amanda didn't put anything in there. I think that would probably be correct.
I put that in the order.
With the alternating holiday. I'm sorry, what was that?
I put the overnights in the order to be used, and that's 163 and 202. Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right. And ma'am, do you agree with the calculation?
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, do you agree with the calculation?
Sure.
All right. And the order indicated that would be effective January 1st, 2023. So January 1st, effective that date, support would be 146 support, 51 ordinary medical for the defendant, Ms. Slocum, to pay to the plaintiff, Mr. Slocum. That would include an order setting his support to 0 at this time. All right. Is there anything further for today?
Wait a minute. I'm confused. I'm going to have to pay him.
That was the recommendation based on the overnights and your incomes. Yes.
Don't I have them for more overnights by 40 days?
You do. And then the calculation takes the overnights both ways into effect.
So then if the overnights get taken into consideration, how am I paying in?
That's the way the
Did you have a
calculation.
greater income?
You have a much higher income, I guess.
Okay. So where do I do an appeal on that? Because that just doesn't seem right.
Well, hold on. Yeah, hold on, let me, one thing, I guess, Mr. Slocum, you make $14.50 an hour?
Yes,
All right, but you're only working 35 hours a week?
that's what I was hired in for.
All right, are you able to work, more hours? Usually we use full-time pay.
If the hours are there, then yeah, I can work more.
Okay. What, how long have you worked? Where do you work?
Auto Value in Big Rapids
How long have you worked there?
since October 3rd.
Oh, last year?
Yes,
All right, so there are times that you work more than 35 hours?
I don't know if I've had to work more than 35 yet, maybe 1 week. But there have been a couple weeks that I have worked significantly less, just slow business and had to take time off for court hearings and stuff.
Well, yeah, but, I guess my point is, we usually use 40 hours for a full-time work week.
Okay.
Is there a reason you couldn't go out and find a job at 40 hours a week?
When I was looking for a job, my main priority was flexibility in the schedule due to the parenting agreement that we had prior. So
Okay.
my flexibility and schedule was more important to me than, working for a higher paying job.
Okay, it's a little more consistent now, though, with the set schedule every week or every other week.
Absolutely, yes.
All right.
And
I
my
guess-
hours have gone up a little bit since then, but I'm not at 40 yet.
Okay. All right, Ms. Evan, I'd feel better if we use 40 hours of income, as a full-time work week. For Mr. Slocum. Can you make that adjustment?
So that would change the calculation slightly. Would still have Amanda paying $93 child support, $49 ordinary medical, for a total of $142 for two children.
All right, so it dropped at about $50 a month.
I just also want to point out that I am paying the kids' tuition too. I would be better off just not getting any child support. I don't feel like I should have to pay in when they're with me more days. And just because I make more money, I have a more consistent job, and I've been gainfully employed since 2016 at the same place.
So you're paying their school tuition?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
How much is that?
That is $980 a month.
I'm sorry, how much?
And I don't have a problem doing that, but I don't feel like I should have to pay child support on top of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How much did you say it was a month? You glitched out there for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry, $680.
$680 per month is their school tuition?
That's correct.
And that's for 9 months of the year, or
10 months.
10 months? So
And
that's
then
6,800. So that's 6,800?
yes, without their registration fee, books and uniforms, but
Okay, now I put in the order that both of you were to have uniforms for the kids, because there were more overnights for Mr. Slocum. Sir, have you gotten those uniforms to have at your house?
Absolutely. They both
Right.
have multiple sets of uniforms here.
Okay, good. And then the tuition, ma'am, is that the reduced rate that you
did you
testified
order
about?
the St. Mary's shirts?
No, they're not here on Tuesdays, so we don't need them for church.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything about St. Mary's shirts during our trial, but I did hear about school uniforms, so that's what I put in the order. Ma'am, I think you were frozen again there for a second. I didn't hear anything about St. Mary's shirts at the trial. I did hear about uniforms. That's why I put that in the order. But ma'am, is that?
Yeah, we had, for their all school masses, Jacob knows this, they have to wear a St. Mary blue logo shirt. Now, I knew he had ordered uniforms for the kids. I just don't know about the logo ones. Those are pretty expensive, a shirt. through their, you have to use their provided supplier.
All right, all I'm saying is I didn't put those in the order because the shirts specifically weren't brought up during the trial.
Okay.
All right, now, but I do have a question for you. That 6,800, is that the reduced rate that you were talking about, or is that the full
That
amount?
is the reduced in parishioner rate.
Okay. And sir, you don't contribute at all to that tuition?
No,
All right. Is there a reason that you don't?
it wasn't ordered to, and when we did our first parent or our first child support order.
Okay. But you were paying support back then, so presumably that some of that went into the budget and could have been used for that tuition, correct?
It did. It helped out a lot.
So do you not feel that you should be responsible for any of that tuition?
I didn't say that.
Okay, no, I'm just asking. I'm not implying, I'm just asking.
It was her decision to send them there.
Okay.
But you
said-
agreed to it. I believe he asked you at our hearing a couple weeks ago and you said you had no problem with it.
I agreed to it, and you agreed to pay the tuition.
Right.
But-
That was
but
before
sir,
that
you
I would have to pay
indicated-
child support.
Right, but sir, you indicated that you still attend that church too, and that you try to do the things that are necessary to get the rate reduced, right? Those
I do go to
additional-
the church with the kids. I am not Catholic. I don't belong to the church. No.
All right, I'll make a finding at this time that that is a significant expense, that it is tuition, that it sounds like the parties agreed upon when they were together. Certainly doesn't offset the entire cost, but I think it would be equitable at this time to just set support at 0 for both parties. And based on that, not require either party to pay child support to the other party, as the recommendation would be for Ms. Slocum to pay at this time, but she does cover the entirety, it sounds like, of that $6,800 tuition bill for the year. And Mr. Slocum doesn't contribute to that specifically. And to order her to pay support on top of that appears to be inappropriate or unjust at this time. So support would just be set at 0 both ways, and that would be the recommendation going forward for child support. All right, is there anything further?
No, thank you.
All right, we're all.
To help him, but an employee says when they woke him up, the man became enraged. That's when he backed his car up to try and get out of here, hits a firefighter and an EMS person, fires it through here, hits this ice